Capricorn, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for June 1st through the 7th. My name is Athen. So this week, nothing but easy aspects, which of course means to utilize the easy aspects because it can be an easy week. It is involving a full moon in your 11th house, which is the house of groups, friends, network circles, things larger than self, the satisfaction that you get from your work. And that's all coming from a culmination point of this 5th house energy, which has been the past 2 weeks of the importance of your self-expression, fun, playfulness, joyfulness in your life. And it can be a culmination point of that over the past 2 weeks, and also anything maybe you've been involved with in that community or just ideal level with your ideals over the past 6 months. But in either case, it's an awareness of both of these areas. This is really the satisfaction you get from self and your creative pursuits, and this 11th house is the satisfaction you get from giving and contributing to things larger than self. So a good awareness of both of these areas, I would say, for you Capricorns, and I would certainly be reflecting on that around the second Tuesday. Now, Monday through Wednesday, Mercury will be trining up to the North Node. So all this retrograde in your 5th house, I think you've been thinking about, reflecting on, perhaps redoing things relating to your self-expression or creativity or anything else on that level. So now you have a positive support from the North Node, which has been transiting your 9th house of philosophy and of life path. This whole year is for you guys to be moving towards opening your horizons, thinking about matters to do with anything that expands you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And I would certainly be focused on that this early part of the week because it's certainly supportive, and I think it'll be clearing up a lot of this understanding that you're still rehashing about what you enjoy and what your passions are and things like this, and your self-expression with Mercury retrograde in the 5th. And that Mercury was squared up by Neptune, and the Sun was squared up by Neptune last week, so there's a lot of this haze and uncertainty relating to these 5th house matters. But this week things are certainly clearing up, certainly illuminating with that full moon. And there is supportive energy for those matters. Even things relating to your day-to-day activities, your routine has been going through a sort of retrograde period, reflective period, because Mercury rules your 6th. And even your philosophy on life has been going through a sort of retrograde as well. But still, very supportive in those areas too, this first part of the week. Now, around Wednesday, Venus goes into your 7th house of relationships. So that's very nice. You've had a lot of opportunities with relationships with Jupiter. Jupiter is going to be forming some nice aspects Thursday through Sunday, which I'll talk about. But here with Venus, over the next few weeks, you can certainly enjoy one-on-one connections, partnerships, anything that has to do with exchanging, with others, which can be a lot of things too, legal matters and sales even, things like that. But just anything that involves two people, really. And that can be very fun, very enjoyable. I think you can also express yourself very well in the relationship side of things with Venus also ruling your 5th house. And I think your career, too, is going to be where you can find that there are some connections being had through there with Venus also ruling your 10th. But in either case, enjoying relationships is on the table for you now for the next few weeks. Now, Thursday through Sunday, that Jupiter from the 7th is going to be sextiling up to that Mars in the 5th. So you guys have been very motivated perhaps to get involved with creative projects, things relating to new business or whatever it is that you create or you enjoy or puts a smile on your face in life. And that through the understanding of Mercury retrograde, you're also motivated by it. So now this second half of this week, I'll certainly be putting energy into those 5th house matters. Jupiter is supporting that, expanding that. And this is also involving anything on the community related thing level because Mars rules your 11th, and anything on the home and family related level as well, with Mars also ruling your 4th house. And likewise, putting that Mars energy into relationships, one-on-one connections would be fantastic this week, new and existing ones, because that's an opportunity there. We can put in, the assertive energy, the, initiative energy. We have to take initiative, but if you put energy into it, it can be very, very nice. And I think that'll also be supporting this meditative stuff too, with Jupiter ruling your 12th, and your communication should be flowing quite well too, with Mars sextiling up to the ruler of your 3rd, Jupiter. Now, Friday and Saturday is going to be a highlight for you Capricorns because it's involving your ruler Saturn. Saturn will be trining up to Venus. So for you guys towards the tail end of last year, there's been a lot of opportunities for you to, again, network, connect to friends and ideals and things like this. And so all of that can be very enjoyable this weekend. So I'd really recommend it, spending time with friends and connecting on that level. And also finances, things on that level could be very enjoyable with Venus trining up to your ruler of your second. And likewise, Saturn putting energy into the relationship from the 11th, you see here, into the 7th can be very nice and supportive with your self-expression and career. But all in all, I would say as a weekend energy, friends, relationships, certainly on the table, certainly enjoyable. So this week, I would say there's 3 areas that are quite highlighted for you. One is that 11th house of the groups and ideals. One is the relationships, and the other is the self-expression. So very nice houses, actually. These are the very nice houses in astrology. And here it's the creativeness, playfulness, tap into that. I think there's some clarity shaping up for that, relationships, and of course things larger than self. So Capricorn, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you're new to this form of astrology, do check out masteringthezodiac.com, or if you'd like a personal session, and I will talk to you all next time. Take care.